Hello, everybody. Okay. Had a lot going on before I got here, but at any rate, hello, everybody.
Had a lot going on before I got here, but at any rate,
It is your baby boomer, Kitty Lane, from the peninsula in Virginia, back with another Creator Relate. I am so sorry about that. I always forget to do that part. Okay. So we have a little bit of a lot, but a lot of a little bit planned for today. I don't know if you all remember this, but it stays close to me. And another person who gifted it to me will know it when they see it. I know that this stays close to me. I wake up and look at this every morning. I do. And if you didn't see it, it says, "You are loved. You are loved." Okay, so I'm giving everybody a break with everything else around my channel, like the weekly affirmation, the video star of the week, the ASL, which I'm still going to give you a little bit of an intro with that, probably in about 5 minutes, but because this is Christmas week. And I know many of us do, and some of us don't. Many of us do celebrate Christmas, some of us don't. I typically do. I'm kind of solo celebrating this year, but I won't get into the logistics of all of that. Um, but at any rate, I do have quite a few things to show you since this is Talk About It Tuesday. And you know what we usually do on Tuesdays is our weekly FOs and our weekly whips. But first of all, what's in my cup? Let's go back. Welcome. Y'all, we are at 4:49 and we have broken the 1600 barrier in the viewing hours. Yes, we have. I have made a couple of executive decisions. I'm going to stay. I'm staying. I'm staying. I'm staying. I'm staying. Okay. So, yes, I am. Uh, Sometimes you got to go back to the basics to progress. So, I'm going to try to go back to the 7 days a week thing. I don't know about being live every day, as I don't want to infringe on others' times. But just like I have to get back to my crocheting every day, I have to get back to getting myself out there. Everything became stale and stagnant for a moment. And I think it's because I allowed myself to drop off. Um, Still in the process of restructuring, but I do have some things to help all of us in that regard. As I told you before, I wanted everybody to get a one subject notebook. I forgot to grab mine. Give me a little bit of grace. And I will snatch it up right now. Okay. I have my one subject notebook. Y'all. Do y'all have any idea how much work that was? So I have my one subject notebook. And also, I came across an idea between last night and today that I think will help us out as creatives. And that is coming up with using a project journal. I'm going to show you how to make one really, really inexpensive. And I think it will help us along our journey. Okay, so like I said, welcome in subscribers at 449. And last I checked, we were at 1.603. So we're still trying to get to that 3,000. We're at 1,630, no, 1,603 viewing hours, and we're still trying to, at least we're over that halfway mark, guys. We are over the halfway mark. We got less than 1,400 viewing hours to go. So we're definitely making progress, and I'm happy about that. Health meter for today, I have my pillow close. I have my pillow close because I will be laying down a lot. I don't feel that great today. Um, hey, Zach, how are you? So glad that you're here. Oh, bless your heart. I'm so happy to see you. I can't see anybody on my phone. Usually I can see everybody on my phone, but I can't see anybody on my phone today. I don't know why. But I do thank you for being here, Zach. Um, like I said, don't feel that great today. I'd probably put my kitty meter at about a 7. But I'm happy to be, I feel well enough to be here with and for you all. And I'm grateful for that. Okay, so what is in my cup? It's not a coffee cup, y'all. It's not a coffee cup. Today I am sipping on root beer. Yes, I am. That is one of my favorite drinks. I love the taste of sassafras. A lot of people don't know root beer is made from sassafras. And I also have my water. Can't let the water go. So that is what I'm sipping on. I am also munching on some Hers baby back ribs, artificially flavored chips. Do they taste like baby back ribs? They just taste like barbecue chips. They're not bad. They're not bad. And these are gluten free. They are gluten free. If you know, you know I'm allergic to everything. I know that's right, Zach. I know that's right. And I know that you're going through and know that you have been in my prayers and you're going to continue to be there. And you're going to pull through and you're going to be fine. And know that, hey, this goes for you too. Okay? I'm sharing this with you. All right? Absolutely. Okay, so my whips this week. Not like before. I basically have the same whips that I had before, y'all. Honestly, all jokes aside, I am still working on the grandson sweater. Haven't gotten any further because I got hit with something last night. Last night. And I still have my purple sweater over there. So those are still being worked on. Now, I am missing one of the things that I started on last night. Um, I started on a small project bag, and I don't know what I did with it just that fast. I have no idea. But I also started on this snood last night. If you remember, this is my design. And I just called it the classic cowl. This is a snood. What it's going to be a snood. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 2.5 rounds to go. And this will be the snood. And of course, that's in, see if I can remember the colorway. Ruby. It's in ruby and soft white. And then I started this one, and it's in different greens. I am probably going to do one more of these. My daughter came to me last night and said she needed 6 gifts. And we usually keep a bag at least of gifts for any time. And I noticed that a lot of creators are putting that out as ideas, and I'm going to back them up on that. It is a very good idea. That way, when you come across someone, uh, and you or someone you haven't seen in a while, you have someone to come by, and you just want to give them a little something. If you have these, then by all means, that's what you want to do. See how we just kind of folded right on into what's up? Okay, so the things that I wanted you all to get before next year was your notebook. And this is going to be our journal. And a lot of this I'm going to be doing with you all today. So you will see that I am serious about this journey with you all. And you'll see that a composition notebook is just fine for this. And see, I've just simply written journal on mine. And what you're going to do, I'm going to jot mine down on the first page. First of all, I have gel pens. I have colorful gel pens. I don't know where my red one is. I found my red gel pen. And you can either write the sections down in different colors, or you can write them down and assign a color, or you can write them all in the same color, however you want. But to jot down what you're going to be doing in this journal, this is kind of your Just For Me journal. If you remember, we just did the Just For Me cardigan. And all you're going to write down at first is your daily mood. And beside that, I want you to write ×2. Because you're going to do that when you wake up in the morning, and you're going to do it when just before you go to bed at night. And you're also going to do your health, which means how you feel. And that's going to be ×2. And that way you can kind of keep track of the correlation between your mood and your health. Okay? So you're going to do your daily mood. You're going to record that twice. You're going to record your health twice. How you feel in the morning. Do I feel good? Am I in pain? Do I have a headache? Do I feel like I can run a marathon? Am I having labored breathing? Is my heart beating too fast? Does everything seem to be falling in place? All of those you're going to make a note of. And then you're going to write daily tasks. And yes, I do say all the letters, TASK and the other S. And you're going to write ×3. Okay, so right now you're looking at putting 7 entries into your book. Okay? And then you're going to write contacts. And right here, I want you to write 1 eclipses 2, or 1 ... 2. Because I want you to write down every day at least one person that you want to reach out to that day. Just send them a text, hi. And try to make sure you change it up. I'd really like for you to go for 2 people a day, but we'll say 1 for right now. Okay? And then I want you to, what were the other things? There was something else before that one. I know what the last one is. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see, 6, 9. accomplishments or accomplished. And then I want you to write times 2M. And then the last thing I want you to write down is overall. Okay? So that's what your grid should look like. Right here. You're going to have your daily mood. You're going to write down when you wake up in the morning how you feel. And just before you go to bed at night, how you feel. Your health. How is your health? Did you wake up with any pains? Did you wake up? And if you want to do a meter like me from 1 to 10, do that. And you can just write a number down. You know what that number means. And then you're going to do that when you wake up and when you get ready to go to bed. Your daily task, you're going to write down, and you can do this either the night before or the morning when you get up. 3 things that you want to accomplish for that day. 3 things out of the norm. Now, I know every morning I get up, when I go in to make my coffee, I wash whatever dishes are in the sink, plus the dishes that I use to make the coffee. I'm not going to write wash dishes down. I know when I pick the kids up from the bus stop, I fix their snack and I wash whatever dishes. I'm not going to write down fix the kids' snacks. I'm going to write down 3 extra things that I want to do. I'm not in the habit of checking the mailbox every day. So this may be something I want to write down to do on, say, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Check mailbox, or if I want to limit my trips to the grocery store, say grocery store Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Those are just examples that I'm giving. And then I want you to write down, like I said, contacts. And you're going to write 1 eclipses 2. And that is contact somebody, anybody. Reach out to a friend you haven't seen, heard from, talked to in a few years, and just send them a text. Hi, thinking about you. Anything. That person you haven't talked to in months. Find a cute little saying. You can type under Google happy quotes, and it'll pull up a whole list of happy quotes, and you can just send them a quote of the day just to let them know that they are on your mind. And then accomplishments. When you get ready to go to bed at night and you're doing your top assessments of your mood and your health, write down 2 major things that you accomplished that day. Let's say you are one who is trying to get into networking and you met 2 clients that day. Write that down. Make a note of it. And then also overall, what was your overall day like? What was the overall mood like? You can give that a color. You can give it a number. You can give it an alphabet, however you want to do it. Like, you can set your journal up however you want to set it up. This is just your legend to go by. This is just, a ruler of what you will have in it. And however you want to set your page up, what I would suggest is, before going into the new year, take 15 minutes or so and set a couple of pages up. You may want to put more than one on a page. This one is 80 pages. So I'm looking at a little less than 3 months here. Maybe if I'm sorry, we have front and back. So I'm looking at 160 days worth of entries here. That 160 days can easily be 320 days if I do 2 on a page, front and back. 1 top, 1 bottom, flip it over, 1 top, 1 bottom. So we can easily make that happen, and we can stretch the life of our journal. Okay. The other project. Now, you might have these tools on hand. You might not, and it's fine if you don't. I'm going to let you know where you can get them and where you can get them not to break your pocketbook. A lot of us have 3-ring binders at home. Okay? If you don't, $1.17 will get you one from Walmart. Okay? That's $1.17 for a whole plastic binder. No, it does not have any pockets, but it's okay because if you follow Sherry, the posh paper lady, she will tell you how to make pockets. But it's all good. So what we're going to put on the front of this plain jacket here is hobby planner or project planner. I like project better because my crocheting is more than a hobby to me. It's like my bloodstream. No, it doesn't take me that long to write just project planner. Of course, I'm extra. Y'all know me. I got to do extra stuff. But this is your planner. You create it any way you want. Project Planner 2026. Now, I went over and I found these pocket folders. Now, what you can do if you'd like, I forgot to see how much they were. Sometimes you can catch them on sale for as little as 10 cents, I believe. I know you can go to Dollar Tree and find these, but they simply have the 3 holes in the side, and they've got the pocket in the front and the back. I got a pack of 5. I got up to the register before I realized how much they were. Would I pay that price again? No. But these were $5 and change. And that was my fault. That was my fault. I was in a little bit of a rush. And like I said, there are 5 of these. And each one is going to have its own tab. These did come with tabs. I know the ones that they have at Dollar General and Dollar Tree have tabs as well. And some ideas of how you can break your project planner down. Okay? You can set up your very first tab to be your projections and ideas, or either one or both. Projections and ideas. And these are things that you want to accomplish for the year. Now, in that, you're going to incorporate at least 13 pages. I have my filler paper here because you're going to have the projects that you want to do for the year. And as months come along, you're going to title each page for a month, January through December. When January comes along, things that you want to put for the month of January, February, same thing, March, April, May, so forth and so on. So that's going to be your first tab. Your second tab, of course, is those monthly projects. Exactly what you're going to be doing. You're going to name what it is, and under each sheet, under each item, you're going to put across the top of your page what month it is, what the project is, and everything that it takes to create that project. I don't care how big or how small. You're doing this for a purpose. And for those who don't know how to price items, this can be a really good tool. You can use everything that you've done in a month and come up with a pricing plan for the rest of your year, especially if you have an array of items that you make in that month. And good months to shoot for in doing that are the end of winter into spring, and the end of fall into winter. So those are the best times to do it because you're coming off of a cold season into a warmer season. A lot of us really don't like to do a lot of crocheting over the summer, but we can pick warm items, cool items to work with during those warm months. And but that's what you're going to put under your second tab. Under your third tab, you would have and itemize if you are doing any organization whatsoever, any changing around. This is basically keeping up with your stash. This is your stash area. You want to document or write down. If you have a spreadsheet, that's fine. If you want to print it out where you can see it in person, print it out, stick your 3 holes in it, stick it here in your third tab so that you'll know all of the yarn that you have. But along with having that tells you what you have, also make a list of things that you would like to have, what you want to acquire. Okay, so that will be your yarn acquisitions and your notion acquisitions as well. This area right here, your fourth area, would be for your uh, I'm sorry, would be for your patterns. I'm sorry, for your patterns, your happy mail, any contests that you've entered in, any contests you want to have, all of that would be listed here. Everything that you, outside of what you've already worked on, would go here. Now, this is the one that you have to play with. You can kind of use this one kind of as a backup journal, your tab here, or if you've sold anything on commission, you can always put your reviews here. If you are part of Etsy, if you are part of Ravelry, or any of the Shopify, Coffee, any of the other sites that there are out there, you can make a copy of those reviews that you have. You can even create your own reviews if you have repeat customers, things like, if you had a positive experience with that customer, then you can write that down. You can also keep a list of their information that is not bad to get out. Like if you don't want to put a person's phone number in here, you don't want to put their address in here, but if they have a nickname, if anything like that they go by, things that they like to get, say you have a Jessica, and Jessica is a school teacher, and every year she likes to give her fellow school teachers scarves and hats, and Jessica's favorite color is blue. So you want to write beside Jessica, her favorite color is blue because she always orders hats and scarves from you. You want to do something nice for Jessica, then you know that you want to do it in blue. If she has told you, yes, I got myself a coffee cozy, and I got myself this, and I want you to make this. This is going to be for me. I don't want to give it away. Then maybe next time you can create something for Jessica that's a little different than what she already got for herself. So this is going to be one of my things that I work on for today. I was kind of excited about sharing this with you. Now, like I said, you don't have to be expensive in making that. You can go to stores like Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Walmart, Target, and you can get these. They're not really, I paid more for this than I normally would have. I did because I was rushing. And the price point in front of it said $1.74. And when I got up to the register, it said 5 something. I didn't have time to dispute it. But they do have folders that have the 3 prongs in them, and they have pockets. You can also take a folder itself, a manila folder, Just an idea. You can put the 3 holes in it. You can cut off half of one side, can bevel it if you'd like, and you can glue around the bottom and side. It already has a tab on it usually, and you can use that as a folder with the, or as a divider with a pocket. So there are many ideas that you can implement yourself. Um, if you wanted, like I said, contests and things, number 4, where you enter all of that, luck of the draw. You can have all of that information right here in this book. You know, say luck of the draw, I think it's 14 or 15 that's coming up. In, is it January? I think it's January. So, of course, January would be listed here behind one, and you'd write down just luck of the draw. And then, of course, under the January heading here, you can write luck of the draw, which luck of the draw it is, what your color schemes are, you know, and what you need, what you're going to be making. Okay? Everything that you have to purchase for that can go here in this tab. That's where all of your receipts and stuff come in. And then here, of course, you know that you did enter the luck of the draw. Just make another little note of it here, especially if you've completed it. Everything that's complete can go here. This one, anything you want it for, you can assess what was that experience like. You know, if that's your first luck of the draw that you've gotten involved with. And by the way, Mama Swift, Trish, spearheads luck of the draw, and so does Jaxie and Juan. They do luck of the draw a lot. So, but how was that experience for you? Not just who, but each, you can make sections behind these dividers under each one. That's why I said you can label them any way you like. This is just giving you a basis. This is just telling you what you have behind here. You know, so say I wanted this to be monthly projects and ideas, not just projects and ideas, but monthly projects and ideas. Then I'd have my 12 sheets of paper back here, and under each month, I would write down what I wanted to do for that month, and what color scheme maybe that I wanted to do for that month. And then here, maybe I would put like, maybe I want to put my stash here. So I'll know when I look here what yarn I need, what colors I need, about how much I need. I might already have it in my stash. Let me check here instead of having to get up and go over here and look, over there and look, in all these bags and boxes and look, in my closet and look. You know, instead of having to do all of that, I can go right here and say, hey, I've got 4 yellow. I've got 3 brown. That's all I need for this project. That's covered. Okay, but I also need to make sure, maybe closer to the end of that, you know, maybe a second section in here, these are what I need to replenish. So when I get ready to do my yarn shopping, I can go to that page and say, hey, this is what I need to rebuild my stock. And then here, if any of these items up here are for gifts, for the gift bag, see, I'm just giving you ideas of how these can be used. Thank you, BB. I'm sorry. I can't see anything up here about who's coming in, and I have to keep turning my head every now and then to see who's here. I'm so happy that you're here. I am. But yes, anything you want to put in these, just make this your project or your crafting or your hobby journal. If you're involved in craft shows or anything like that, you might want to put that in here. Over here, I had dividers being the makes, craft shows, yarn notions and acquisitions, and remodeling and redesigns. So it's however you want it to be, however you want your crafting journey to be, journal to be. I still got some little working out to do with mine. Like I don't do craft shows. In the state of Virginia, it's very expensive. This is a Commonwealth state, and I am not among the commonly wealthy. So everything costs here. The licensure costs. It costs to rent the booth, and of course, everything is taxed doubly, triply, quadruply. So yeah, everything can get to be really expensive here as far as craft shows are concerned. The best way to do those are through churches, and most of those, if you're not affiliated with the church, yeah. Um, And then as far as yarn acquisitions and notions, I really don't do a lot of notion shopping, so to speak. Every now and then I may go get a hook, but I have lots of scissors. I have lots of stitch markers. I get stickers a lot. I have stickers, so all of these things that would probably not be one of my tabs. But the remodeling and the stashing and the destashing, all of that I plan to have as one of my tabs. The overall experience, I plan on having that as one of my sections as well because I want to know how I felt doing each project. That may be something behind one of these established tabs, or it might be one that I put in a tab all by itself. Um, I really want to be more in tune with the work that I do this coming year. So, like I said, keep up with your journal and keep up with your project planner. And that's it. So that you don't have here, there, and everywhere. One of these tabs can also be suggestions, not just ideas. Sometimes you run across things that you want to do or you want to be a part of, but now it's not the time or you can't designate a time to it right now. You can always have an area, a section for suggestions so that you'll always know to come back to it. And please don't forget any crafty ideas that you have, write them down. Write them down. Y'all, we have so much going on in our heads and we tend to forget. Yes, us tend to forget. And it's because we have so much going on in our heads. So we have to give ourselves grace. Wow. I've done a lot of talking in 38 minutes. So I think I told you that my daughter came to me last night and said that she needed gifts for her coworkers. So I had not replenished the bag that I had. I didn't. So she went through my bucket of hats. I keep a bucket of hats because I will make a hat in a heartbeat. And I stick it over there in my Guardian of the Galaxy bucket. So this is one of the hats that she chose to give away. This is another. And this is another. This is a design by Jennifer Cinnamon Stitches. This is the Manfa hat. Manfa. You can go to her page and find it in the playlist. And if you remember, this is the Notions pouch that I made, but it can serve as just a little clutch. There is no fastener, but daughter saw it and fell in love with it and said, "Oh yes, definitely that one." And here's this one. This is the scrap hat. And then this one. This is all alpaca. See how flowy it is? And it's fuzzy and it's soft. It's just a big slouch hat. And we also have, I do have a bag. This is a cup cozy. This is the one I made with the slit to go with the tall cup that have the handles. I didn't realize that was right in the way. I apologize. But yeah, that's the cup cozy. And the other two blankets that are in there, you all have seen. One is the 4-strand blanket, and the other one is the Banana June Blessing blanket. So we do have a bag of goodies, and like I said, I started this last night. This is a snood that I'm making. 2.5 more rows I have to go on this. Haven't decided if I'm going to make this a snood or keep it as a cowl, but I'm going to be working on that today, and that's going in the bag as well. I did start a small project bag. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went. It went bye-bye on me. Yeah, I think it went with the bears on a trip. Okay. But at any rate, that is what I had to show you all today. I did not list anybody in the um, recipe box today because it's pretty much my same people. And like I said, we're just like chilling and relaxing right now. I'm going to play with my little books and get them set up and finish doing some crochet that I had. Meanwhile, I will be laying down a lot today. I will. But I know that I'm going to be okay, and I pray that each and every one of you will be okay. I was so happy to see Zach in the room today. That did my heart all the good in the world. And you also, BB, absolutely. You guys know that I love you from the bottom of my heart. This is what I was going to show you at the very beginning, and I got sidetracked. So we're going to have a whole little conversation here. Catch it. That's what Aunt Ola says. Auntie Ola, catch it. Hi, family. Welcome in the den. My name, Kitty Lane. Kitty Lane. I am not deaf. I'm hard of hearing, and I talk a lot. I learn and teach ASL, sign language. Okay? And I always do that backwards. You roll it backwards. Sign language. Sign language. What's the other way they do it? It's like 4 or 5 ways that it's done. Major used to flick. He would like flick and twirl when he did his. And those of you who don't know, I dated a young man who was deaf. His name was Major when I was 18. One of the better experiences that I had. He was absolutely amazing. He was an amazing individual. Um, but yeah, that's. Don't forget the finger spelling. Don't forget your facial expressions. Each and every one of you, I pray that you have a wonderful week. If you celebrate Christmas, have an amazing Christmas. Enjoy your families, guys. Enjoy the moments that you're in. Make memories. Make positive memories so that you can always reflect on these moments. I do celebrate Christmas. I kind of heavily celebrate Kwanzaa. So you all will see me more in that realm starting on Friday. But for those of you who also celebrate Hanukkah, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, much joy, Yuletide, and gladness to each and every one of you. Know that I am one who spreads peace and love. And anytime you come into my space, please know that you are in a safe space. Okay? I am the mama cougar in here, and I protect my kittens. Okay? I love each and every one of you. And as always, please remember to be bold, be brave, be beautiful, and behave. Remember, Kitty Lane told you. Remember, Kitty Lane loves you. And as always, until we see each other again on these YouTube streets, peace out, everybody.